Hello, next new video. Today we're going to take a look at the Psychic Cup. This is going to be available now for another week, most likely because we're going to have the community day for Slowpoke, which is going to be actually very important for this cup as well. We're going to take a look at this a little bit later as well. Not so much for the normal versions of Slowpoke, or like in general the Slowbro and Slowking, but for the Galarian version, it's going to make them insanely strong in this meta. But otherwise, we're going to take a look today, of course, and what changed for this meta. We had the meta last time around 6 months ago. We have now the Bruxish, which I already showcased on the channel. If you haven't seen this video, definitely check that out. This Pokemon is going to be insane. Nearly everybody going to use it because it's pretty easy to use. You can also use it single move, by the way. All criteria should be enough. Depends really, like, honestly, of course, it's better if you have double move, but yeah, it's definitely the main perk of this Pokemon going to be Bite as a fast move, because it's going to do so much damage against the entire meta that you really don't want to miss it. Victini going to be still very good as an answer for Fairy types. You have Fairy type like a Rapidash here, which is going to be very strong as well. Just as a generalist, very easy to get as well as a Pokemon. And we have Metalmaster, which is going to be, from the typing itself, going to be the best one, because you are a Dark type as in the Psychic type meta, which is going to be very nice. But there are, of course, some very decent answers to this Pokemon. I like the Gardevoir here, which is going to charm them all the way down. Gardevoir going to be one of the best and one of the fastest Pokemon for this meta. Faint type Bronzong going to be very strong, will be definitely somewhere because it's pretty bulky and still going to be able to hit them hard with the fast move, which is Dark type, but plus still having access to the move Payback, going to give you more Dark type coverage. The Raichu going to be interesting for the Bruxish now, and now we're going to see as well here the Slowbro and the Slowking, which are already very good here. But as soon as they're going to get access to the move Surf, they're going to be way better as well, as you're going to get rid basically of the Sludge Wave here for the Slowking, and for the Focus Blast here you're going to use Surf instead for the Slowbro. Sadly, not going to be able to really feature the community day because I'm away in Utrecht there for the regional. But yeah, otherwise we're going to take a look now at the top teams. So let's go into it. The first team here we already showcased on the channel a little bit earlier. If you want to see some gameplay for it, check it out. This team going to be very insane, as you're going to have a lead here with the Victini, which is going to be able to do a lot of damage against basically everything in the meta. Just go for Quick Attack, Recreate, and nuke something away. We're going to have the Sesop here of the Galarian Rapidash, which is one of the safest, if not the safest Pokemon for this meta. And then in the back, we're going to have the Bruxish, which is going to have now access to the move Bite. You can either run Awkward Tail or Crunch on this Pokemon. The other chart move, Psychic Fangs, can really help you out in the long run, because you can drop the defense, which makes Bite even more overpowered. So yeah, like, this is going to be an insanely good Pokemon. We have another team later on as well, and I most likely going to use it in a different team as well, again on the channel. So let's go to the next one. The next team you're going to be with Gardevoir in the lead, which of course going to be one of the best Pokemon for this cup, being a Psychic type that resists, of course, Psychic type moves, as well as having Charm, which is going to do a lot of damage against basically everything in the meta other than Victini and basically Bronzong. Those two Pokemon, of course, resist this. We're going to have the Victini as a Sesop here, which is going to be pretty neutral against both of them. Of course, against Victini, it's completely neutral. While against the opponent's Bronzong there, that would also be kind of okay, because you have offensive power, but you're still going to get hit hard by Feint Attack. While you have in the back here the best answer for both of them, which is going to be the Claydol. This team can struggle a little bit maybe against Bruxish, but still your lead should be fine with that, and even like Victini, it will do a lot of damage against Bruxish. Mudslap, Claydol might be a little bit of an issue, but this Pokemon is still very bulky, so it should be fine. So let's go into the next team. The next team going to be around Melama, which of course is a very strong Pokemon in this meta as well, having only one weakness really, which is going to be Gardevoir. And Gardevoir is going to be something that we're going to try to counter with our backline, especially with the Bronzong in the back. You can of course use Gardevoir as well, and as a Sesop here, we're going to have the Victini. Theoretically, you could also use the what's called the Galarian Rapidash again, which also would work kinda, but Victini is just a better answer for the Gardevoir, because Victini is going to be able to resist the charm damage while having access to good nukes, which makes it a very good Sesop in general in this meta, making this definitely a little bit better than the potential of Rapidash. But if you don't have Victini, Rapidash is usually also a way to go for this Pokemon here. But Bronzong with Feint Attack in the back definitely helps out the lead there of the Melamar. Like those two together is like very good core for this meta right now. Next team here going to be with the Alone and Raichu. This team is kind of made to try to counter at least the upcoming Bruxish here, because you're going to have super effective damage with your lead here. You're going to have a Dark type which is going to be able to resist Bite as well, like going to be at least neutral there, and you have Foul Play which you get even faster to with the Melamar. And then you're going to have two Fairy types in the back that also only get neutral damage from Bite. So like the entire team is trying to counter the Bruxish. So if you encounter a lot of Bruxish, this might be a very decent play for you. Still should be pretty neutral against nearly everything else in the meta. I think maybe Rapidash might be a little bit better, because you might get better luck with that against the opponent's Gardevoir, because you can just pressure those shields a little bit more, because Gardevoir can be a little bit tricky for this team. You're still going to do a lot of damage with all your Pokemon, of course, but yeah, let's go into the next team. The next team going to be, in my opinion, maybe the strongest that you can run right now. This is going to be the Bruxish in the lead, going to be very strong against most Pokemon in the meta. There are a lot of Victini leads coming up against you as well, which is going to be very nice for this Pokemon. We have the Seisob of the Rapidash, which has a lot of neutral matchups, basically against everything that's neutral, as well as your lead. Doesn't really want to face a Melamar. You have two Fairy types in the back for this Pokemon. So then you're going to try to sweep endgame here with the Gardevoir, which should get basically the counters out of the way thanks to the Rapidash Seisob. It's just a very strong team. I think that's going to be one of the strongest that you can run in this meta. Also one that's going to bring you very fast battles, which I think is also something that a lot of people would like to see. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Let's go to the final one, where we talk a little bit about the Galarian boys as well. As we're going to have a community day on the weekend for the Saturday, where I'm sadly not there, but we're going to have here two Galarian Pokemon that get a new move with a Surf here as well, which is neither step for either of them, but it's going to give them good coverage, which is the main thing for them. As you're going to be able to have now a very good team here. Like this team is going to be amazing, most likely the best as soon as this update comes out here. You're going to have way better options against the Victini as well with this team now, because you're going to have Surf as coverage. But otherwise, you're going to have a lead here that is not really appreciating Gardevoir against them, and you have two Poison types in the back for that. With the, I would actually use the Melamar here as a lead. The Melamar going to allow you to also have some answers for potential other Psychic types, which would be a little bit better, I guess, against the Poison typing here. And you're going to be able to use the Seisob of the Galarian Slowking. You're going to have Hex and Surf and Shadow Ball, which is going to be insanely strong in the current meta. Like, show me a Pokemon that can resist them all. I don't know any. And then you're going to have in the back, to finish off the battle, the Poison Jab version of the Galarian Slowbro, which also has the access to Surf. We're going to be able to completely hardwall opponents' Gardevoirs, which is going to be insane, and just going to be such a big meta threat. Like this team going to be insane. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Are you going to play the Psychic Cup? Are you going to play the Ultra League meta? I'm going to most likely make another video for the Ultra League tomorrow. I have to pre-produce, of course, as I'm away from Friday till Monday. Most likely a little bit less videos coming up than from me, because I cannot pre-produce for like half of a week in one day. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Bye.